well, Patricia O'Connor, Frida Reba Darcy, here in the house. We're all here in the house. Yeah, we are. This is the aftermath. I did a video without us. I did a video without us. I tried to be slick, and I know Frida's looking at the camera going, what the hell? You know, that's not supposed to be like that. Yeah, so I'm Patricia O'Connor. This is Frida Reba Darcy. We just did some work that I'm pretty happy with. I wish you would have seen it. You should have seen it. You should have seen it. We were killing it. Yeah, tonight on the bonsai balcony, we were at Frida's place, and I decided we were going to be okay and just bust in at about 30 minutes and do some work on our dawn redwood. So for 30 minutes, I was standing here beside this tree. I put some wire to it, and I wired this new top that we have going. It was leaning out. Also, the whole tree leaned this way, but I had the top leaning the other way. So you can kind of tell that it was grown in several stages, because one of them was growing this way. And then all of a sudden, after a new top was grown, it would have started going like that. That wouldn't have been cool. The part where it's leaning a little bit right now is twofold. One, when this became a deadwood feature, it warmed. So it did a hook. I can fix that by changing the angle later if I replant the tree. We can do that easily by changing the angle when we replant the tree. But in order for that to be a fix, I needed to make sure that the top and the rest of the tree were at least in a straight line. So now, instead of the tree leaning this way and then the top kind of making a hook, I've got it all making a straight crooked line. And by straight crooked line, it's too straight to be a slant, it's too slanted to be straight. We'll live. Yeah, I think you can see it there. That's the lean I'm talking about. That doesn't actually kill me. You know, I mean, I could rotate the tree and not see that. But what you can also see is that the tree now makes one straight continuous line going up. Here's what else we did. We had a competition for branches up here, and I removed 2 up here in the top. I've still got a bit of a whirlwind going up here. I'm okay with it for right now. I wired and pulled this branch down. I took 2 wires and wrapped them and banded the deadwood to the living vein tightly here, and then took those 2 wires and went right on up. Why was it 2 wires instead of 1? It could have been copper, but I'm saving the copper. I'm saving the copper because I don't want to waste copper on this tree. The tree's fine. The tree is worthy of copper. But this wire isn't going to be on there a month. 3 weeks, maybe a month. At that point, I'd have to worry about it digging in again because the tree is growing fast. We don't want that to happen. So I'm going to be pulling all or most of this off in about 3 weeks, and that just didn't seem like copper. Also, copper's harder to use. So for branches that weren't going to be on there that long, I didn't see that happening. Okay. So we wired this branch and pulled it down. We also wired this branch and pulled it down. And we wired this branch and pulled it down. And I'm really happy with the wire work that I did. I'm really happy with the shape that I'm getting out of this tree. I'm not happy with the abundance of wire that's wrapped around the trunk of the tree. Kind of like the same with cypress trees. It's not always easy to find two branches to use, the 2-branch method when wiring. So in those instances, your trunk ends up being one of your branches, and then the branch on there ends up being the other. So that was I'm not crazy about having 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, all of these pieces of wire on there. But like I said, they're not going to be on there. They're not going to be on there long. We didn't do show wiring, but we didn't do bad wiring either. We mostly got away with everything we tried to do, and I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with the end result. What I did do wrong was I am using my laptop as a base, and I'm running my camera through it. So whenever I went to turn on the camera, I thought I was turning on the movie camera, and instead I took a still shot and then proceeded to just run my mouth the way that Patricia does for the next 30 minutes while I pretty much stalled and wired and removed different branches. That's the way it goes. You have to remember I'm not charging anything for this. When it's not worth anything, I have to just remind you that you're not paying anything. Okay. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with the work that I did, and instead of this being a little quick demonstration, this ended up being a show and tell of my Dawn Redwood that I did a little bit of work to, and it was about the time that I did the rotate to show you that I'm pretty happy with the shape of the tree now. I think, you know, we've got some pluses here. We've got some balance going on. We've got some taper going on. I don't have 2 apexes or a bunch of apexes. I've just got the one now, and I have some branches that are doing pretty much what I would like for them to do, and I've got some more branches coming on in the wings that will back them up when it's time for them to go. And like my bald cypress, I think this will probably be one of those trees where I'm going to be constantly rotating out branches for ones that are too large. But that's it. That's what we did. That's what we did tonight. This is not going to be a long show, but the other one wasn't that long. But we got some good stuff in. The only other thing that I would say that we're missing out on the learning end of it is I wanted to make sure when I was running the wire on this branch and when I was running the wire on the other branch up top, that as I came around the trunk, but then when I came around to the branch that I was looking to wire, I had to remember to come over the top. And the reason I had to come over the top is it's so much fun to come underneath right here on this armpit and then just lay that in and do that. But then if you're looking to bend that wire, bend that limb down, then you're bending it down kind of on the wire you just put underneath there. So for that reason, it's important to run the wire over the top, so that when it comes down on the bottom, it's out here a little ways, not right here. So that when I go to bend it down, it'll bend down and not use that wire as a focal. We got good motion. We've starting to achieve some balance. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with the taper. Our living vein is getting a little bulbous in a way, but this was also a living vein. It just stops right in here. You know, if it wants to put out something, it can. We would love to see that. Okay. Like and subscribe if you guys have not already. Frida and I will drop another show on the balcony tomorrow. Tomorrow we will go out on the balcony, and I think I see me doing a. Are you okay, Stephen? I think I see us doing a pine show. Yeah, and I'll do a rotate right here, right now. This is. That's the hook. I mean, that's our lean, so that wouldn't be our front. Back. I'm thinking that's that's probably our front right in there. And yeah, all right. Like and subscribe if you guys have not already. Like I stated earlier, our next drop will be manana. We'll go out on the balcony in the sunshine, and I think I'm going to twist up a little Japanese black pine. However, we also have a lot more Japanese black pines to do candle cutting. We're just getting in the beginning of candle cutting season. The work I did after hours, our last show was me removing the candles on our 20-year from seed Japanese black pine. I had said to myself going in, I'm going to do this for about 30 minutes in front of the camera, and then I'm going to turn off camera and finish. That's about all I think anybody would be able to stand of watching me print candles. Now here's the confession here. The work that I finished with when I turned off camera, the tree looks far removed. Now, I worked on it another hour plus after that, and it looks well and truly there. So yeah, I went a little light on the decandling last year, and I saw when I was decandling this year that the error of my ways, and I just made up for it. So the next time you see that show, the next time you see that tree, which will be more, you'll be going, that's not what I remember that looking like being in the show the other night. Because yeah, I didn't want that show to just run on forever, but I did do quite a bit of it, y'all. That's full disclosure on that. That's it. I appreciate Frida, appreciate you, and I think we're up and rolling on this, off and going on this Dawn Redwood. It's starting after a couple of years be something that I can work with. And thank you all so much for watching.